You've already been unmuted.
No!
I know. It's horrifying. And boop.
What will I do?
And a boop.
What the boop?
Wait, not load. New game. Finally. Finally a new game. And we're just gonna disable all of the mini games this time because we've done them now for one full playthrough. Sort of.
Welcome to the Villain Conference.
Are we actually gonna press the skip button?
Whoa. Skippity boop.
Skippity doo dah, skippity day.
So this time we're making Villain Sharky?
No. There is no Villain Sharky in this stream.
That sounds like a lie.
When have I ever lied to you, Satan?
At various times.
Hmm?
At various times.
Please, name one example.
At minimum during board games.
During board games?
Mm-hmm. Depending on
What?
the game. And sometimes you just lie because you lie.
What board game did I lie to you in?
What was it called? Professor Lucky or something?
What?
Anyway, we're making Villain Sharky. What's Villain Sharky look like?
I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I haven't asked our friend.
Well, I'm asking you, what does Villain Sharky look like in your mind?
I don't know because he doesn't exist.
Well, it's gonna exist as soon as you tell me which things to click.
I don't know.
Alright, so we're gonna start by making you super fucking pale. You're not even that pale, but you know,
I'm
it's
not
fine.
even that pale.
I mean, you're like a little bit lighter than the lightest, though, aren't you?
Yeah, between the two.
Because I'm between these two. Oh, wow. The outline on this one's a lot darker than on this one, though. Then
Yeah.
there's that, and there's that. It's cool that this game has actually dark skin tones.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because otherwise they have a range of, like, non-human skin tones, so good that they also included a range of human ones.
Now here's the joke. If I'm a shark, shouldn't I be blue?
Alright, Villain Sharky is blue. And
I said joke.
this whole thing's a joke. What do you think our channel is? What body shape? I'm just gonna keep clicking until you tell me to stop.
You make the choices.
I mean, this is probably the most accurate. This one or this one?
What does Villain
this one's
Sharky
skinny.
look like to Satan?
Huh?
What does Villain Sharky look like to Satan?
I don't know. Which of these two? Come on. Heads or tails?
I'm not that muscular.
Okay, we'll do the other one. Alright, face shape.
I don't know what face shape I look like.
Maybe this one? Maybe that one.
I have a face, that's all I know.
I mean, for that matter, usually when I'm, like, chatting with you, I don't actually see your face in the profile pic, so...
You used to one long time ago.
Yeah, but I didn't like seeing that picture because it, like, still involved your ex, and then I wanted to punch her, so...
Why did you want to punch my ex?
Because she was a shitty girlfriend to you. That's why. I guess This one or this one? I don't know. What's your jaw look like again?
I don't know. Do you think I pay attention to my jaw?
I don't know. I assume you look in the mirror sometimes.
You're assuming a lot about me.
All right, we're just gonna put the mannequin default oval. Basic mannequin oval. What eyes?
What eyes do a shark have?
I don't know. You tell me. What's the most shark-like eye? Presumably, you should have 2 of them.
Are
Unless
you sure
you
I'm
want
not a
more of them.
cyclops? Am I a cyclops?
You are not a cyclops. You're a
Am
shark.
I a triclops?
You're a shark.
Sharky the cyclops. I mean, what 2 eyes do they have?
There's all the ones with 2 eyes here. There's a lot of options, you know?
Do I have sparkles in my eyes?
Maybe. Do you? You tell me.
Do I have stars for irises?
You tell me, Sharky.
But I said that Satan should decide what villain Sharky looks like.
Alright, let's look up sharks. What do shark eyes look like? They're kind of just round and black. They're just kind of like circular black round eyes. So I guess, are there any actually just circular ones? That doesn't let me make them black. I guess this. That's kind of shark eye-like, I suppose. It should be more like this, but 2 of them. But that doesn't seem to be an option here. So, yep, that's shark
More
eyes.
like this, but 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now,
What?
do I have elf ears, half-elf ears, or human ears?
I don't think sharks have humanoid ears.
Well, apparently this shark does.
We're gonna give you this one because it'll be the most merman fish-like. What's your nose look like again?
I don't know. Do you think I pay attention to my nose?
Don't make me go look at your old pictures in Facebook.
Why? Because then you'll want to punch my axe?
I'm not gonna look at that picture.
You do realize that, like, she's in basically every picture.
Not everyone.
Okay, fair.
Sometimes she was the one taking the picture, probably. Besides, I think the most recent ones were like you and your best friend instead.
Oh, possibly.
Hello, Pie.
There's a pie.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, pie. Oh yeah, there's the one from like
All right, a new year.
almost 10 years ago with me and my now roommate.
Uh-huh.
Wearing weird clothes.
I guess. Yeah, you have like a tie-dye shirt on.
Yeah, I have a tie-dye shirt on.
Let's see.
Now match
I
the
guess
shark with tie-dye
we'll
shirt.
go with this one.
How was your stream today, Pie? Sorry I couldn't join ya.
Yeah.
I was too busy falling asleep during work.
You could have the sharp teeth again. That's pretty shark-like, right? Happy Gregorian calendar New Year.
Yeah.
Also, apparently I am informed that the Japanese interpretation of the Lunar New Year has just shifted their interpretation of the zodiac to match the Western calendar. Which seems strange to me. But apparently for Japan, it is also Year of the Tiger now.
Why?
But to be clear, the rest of Asia still is waiting for, February when Lunar New Year actually is.
Why did they shift?
Because Japan is tight buddies with the West.
Okay.
Because Japan is also colonizers. Does that make you feel better?
Does anything actually make me feel better?
I don't know.
I mean, that is something I should probably talk to my therapist about.
Probably. I'll give you dark blue hair for, the darker
patient for New Year's.
Hair. It just seems that they were like, all right, this matches the Western ones, so we'll do the Western way, which isn't the most surprising thing from Japan, but I don't know. I mean, like, for all intents and purposes, all the countries still pretty much operate on the Gregorian calendar New Year in terms of, like, it's 2022. But it just changes, like, what year of Zodiac you're on. So they've just decided, all right, Year of the Tiger starts now, it seems. Which is, like, I guess fine for Japan, but it's, like, really strange to me when then white people are going, Happy Year of the Tiger, because for the rest of Asia, it's still not yet.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to follow Japan on that for a multitude of reasons, not the least of which being, again, they are also colonizers. They have also been pretty shit to the rest of Asia. Do you want these eyebrows, or these eyebrows, or these eyebrows? Or some dots?
Am I supposed to look angry?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. Go with the first one.
The first one. And facial hair. Does Villain Sharky have facial hair? Obviously, Villain Sharky has this facial hair.
Why do I look like Jafar?
I figured the curled mustache was general villain, not just Jafar, but... Or should it be this one? Or this one? What do you want? Could have a little goatee.
So Villain Sharky has the genes that I don't to grow a lot of facial hair?
Maybe. You tell me. Alright, Pi. Do you think that Villain Sharky has facial hair? And if so, which one? We're crowdsourcing opinions. This doesn't have to be just Sharky's thoughts. Since Sharky, too, is indecisive.
Because I have zero thoughts.
You have thoughts. You're just in denial. This one?
Jeez.
With the braided beard. Curly mustache and beard phrase. All right. If Sharky himself doesn't have any objections, that's what we're going with. All right.
Holy crap, that was fast.
What?
No. Dungeon just came out yesterday on 14. It's like an extra hard dungeon.
Sharky, focus. We're supposed to be making Villain Sharky right now. Don't be looking at Final Fantasy 14 news.
But
Focus! You can look at it after.
But
You yell at me for looking at other things during the stream.
what hair do I have?
That's what I'm asking you.
Well, do I have short hair? Do I have long hair?
I don't know. When's the last time you got a haircut?
I think the last time I got a haircut was when I sent you that picture.
Do you think I remember when that was?
I think that was June?
Alright, so you have like this length hair at this point.
No.
No?
My hair barely comes to my eyebrows.
Wow, your hair grows slow.
I only get my hair cut once a year for a reason.
I also only get my hair cut once a year or so. Well, no, I've been doing it a little bit more now that I've just been randomly sort of deciding, all right, it's a little long. Snip at home. But like, I last cut my hair around June or so, and I can tell where it was because I also bleached my hair, and it has grown probably at least like a foot or so, at least 6 inches minimum.
Well, my hair also got cut stupid short then, like shorter than normal.
Okay, but my hair from the roots has grown so that like the part that is just black because it hasn't been bleached is almost all the way down my face at this point.
Yeah, no.
So I'm like, wow, your hair is slow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, that has bangs. I don't know, there's no forehead hair. This one? Back to this?
Like, that's probably about where it would be when I get it cut. Or maybe a
Okay.
little bit longer.
Then where do you want it?
I don't... Yeah, but or
About to ask Pi for opinions again.
Or you can give me seaweed hair or fire hair.
Which one's
For
seaweed
fun.
hair in this case?
2 to the left.
2 to the left of?
The one that you're on.
2 to the left of this?
Yeah, just make that green. Seaweed.
That's not seaweed. What are you talking about?
It's
Oh, I guess
literally
maybe
the
we
type
should give you tentacle hair for the real,
tentacle hair. I'm a
maybe we'll just make it
jellyfish.
the teal green. And we'll just... Yep.
I'm a jellyfish.
That's octopi. Jellyfish don't have suckers like that.
I'm a squid. And a kid.
I would like to add to this conversation that squids, jellyfish, and octopi are all delicious. Thanks.
I've never had squid.
Try it. What clothing do you want?
A t-shirt?
This t-shirt then, I guess?
Sure.
Okay, we've got this reddish orange. We've got yellow, blue, green, white, or black.
Let's go with black.
Do you want a jacket over your t-shirt? There's no hoodie,
Do I
though.
wear jackets?
I don't know.
No, not really.
Like, the last time I saw you was fucking, like, July of 2019. It was kind of super hot at the time. There was, like, a heat wave going through. I'm pretty sure you didn't wear a jacket then, but I don't know for the rest of the time.
I haven't worn a jacket in a very long time.
Do you wear black t-shirts that often?
I've normally been wearing like gray t-shirts.
So
I don't
somewhere
know why.
between
I
white
just
and
have
black.
a lot of gray t-shirts.
All right, what kind of accessories does Sharky have?
I'm surprised you didn't immediately go with the joke.
Hmm?
The cross.
What?
I said I'm surprised you didn't immediately go with the joke. The cross.
Oh, I didn't see it, but now that you say it, I guess we'll add it.
Oh, good lord.
I guess you are a villain, Sharky, after all.
I wear crosses everywhere.
All right, do you want the gold one or the silver one? The big golden one or the smaller silver? Or should I just put them both on, but you can only see the gold?
Pi, help. Pi's gonna be like, how should I help?
Oh, like, hi, Pi, welcome to help us make all of the decisions time. As happens not that uncommonly, really. Oh!
Hello!
Thank you again!
Thank you again!
I hope your stream went well. And welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for the ride. Aw.
Welcome to, I guess, making villain me?
We're playing the Lovingly Evil Villain Conference game again, which we were doing last week. And this time we're starting from the beginning. So if you had no idea what was happening last week, this time you get to figure out from the beginning, sort of. Except for when we skip.
And it's a villain Sharky.
Yep.
Why am I still wearing the Sailor Sharky outfit?
Okay, we'll push you back to the normal shark, I suppose. There it is. Yeah, last time you kind of caught us at the end of the run through, so I feel like a lot of people were missing context. But this time we're from the beginning. We're doing character customization right now.
Now I have my professor hat.
Put in your votes of whether you prefer the silver or the gold earring with the cross here. Because Sharky is indecisive about it.
And what are you? Chopped liver?
What?
Saying I'm indecisive. I said, what are you? Chopped liver?
I'm paralyzed by indecision. That's what I am.
But yeah, I hope your stream went well. Think you were playing a short hike again?
That's what it looks like. I popped in for like 20 seconds before we started our stream.
20 whole seconds?
Yeah. I was trying to set up, so I didn't have very much time. But, you know.
You're such a good person.
You know, maybe I added to the Twitch stats of like unique viewers by popping in for 20 seconds. Oh, congrats on beating the game!
Woo!
That's awesome.
Beating games is always good and nice.
It takes us a long time, but other people can do it.
Hey, look, if I'm playing the game solo, it doesn't nearly take me as long.
Correct, because we don't go on 30-minute tangents when you're playing solo.
Well, yes, because I'm not talking to anybody when I'm playing solo.
Uh-huh. Come on, Sharky, silver, gold.
Do I look like a silver person or a gold person? Do I need to be warding off werewolves?
No. I don't think you're fighting werewolves if you're a sea monster.
What about the sea monster wolves? Or the were sea monsters?
The were-krakens?
The were-krakens!
I kind of want to be a were-kraken. That sounds badass.
What would a were-kraken look like?
Look like an octopus mer person. And probably have some Cthulhu-like features. I don't know. I'll design one later, maybe. I mean, a werewolf is basically just a person who turns into, like, a very large wolf dog thing, so...
Yes.
Also, come on, we're not even on the Twilight jokes this game. Why are we making werewolf jokes?
Because werewolves are more than just Twilight.
Uh-huh, but we were already making werewolf jokes.
Yes, yes.
Alright, we're gonna get the gold to make it stand out. Any other accessories?
No?
No. They have scars, but they all seem to be, like, pale flesh colored. Interesting.
No.
Like, I can't give you these because they don't show up under the hair. Let's put... We'll put this one. We'll say it's from a harpooning accident. That's what turned Sharky into Sharky?
One stray harpoon caused me to be a villain.
Yes, exactly. Do you have a crown, Sharky?
Am I the King Sharky?
No, you're villain, Sharky. Alright, do you have any other hats?
I don't wear hats.
Okay, no hats. Pets. Does villain Sharky have a little pet frog, perhaps?
Wouldn't a frog?
Well, everything else will definitely drown, except maybe for the skull, but it's flaming, so it would be put out. So a frog is the most amphibian-ish thing. There's only really one choice here. Do you have a frog or do you have no pets? Pretty sure you don't want the pet spider.
No. I'm dying already. Please help.
Why are you dying already? I'm just stating facts.
Because you're stating facts funnily.
They're just facts! Alright, we're gonna give you a little yellow pet frog to go with your golden cross. Are we set?
Sure, I guess.
Alright, continue. Let's go.
Looking good.
Alright, so we have...
Villain Sharky?
Unless you want literally villain Sharky.
What's your name? Ah, yes, my name is Villain Sharky. How
Should it be Sharky parentheses evil?
Sharky parentheses evil? That just reminds me of like fighting games. If like a fighting game has like
Sharky parentheses dastardly. Oh no, it's too long. Dastardly Sharky. Just fits. No space.
But like for Dragon Ball Z games or something where there's like the good version of the character and then there's the evil version of the character. It's like character, evil.
Should everyone go around calling you villain Sharky?
Just
Do
go
you
with
want-
villain.
Huh?
Just go with villain Sharky for Pete's sake.
I mean, I could leave it as just Sharky, but that seems less fun. Alright, villain Sharky it is. He, him for you?
Yeah?
Next question.
How old are you?
Unknowable?
Must be a number value, it seems. Are we still going with your, like, a 2 to 3 year old?
Yes, I'm a baby Sharky. I'm gonna kill you all.
A villainous baby shark. Baby shark, dee dee dee.
No. No. Not again.
I'm like, how do we turn baby shark evil? Baby shark, wahaha. I can't do that seriously. Alright, so you're a 2-year-old. Wow, what a great response.
Did you write your age correctly? You did? Wow, you're big and smart for a baby. Or perhaps you're a clone? Oh, what's your job title?
What's your job title, Sharky?
Am I an overlord, a secret operative,
Secret operative, a necromancer, a criminal mastermind, a demigod, a serial killer, a mutant, or it's complicated.
What did we pick for Sneaky?
I think we put it's complicated. But I feel like we should give you an actual job title.
Well, I'm not a necromancer. I know I'm not a necromancer.
Uh-huh.
Choose between demigod and serial killer. Which is more likely for the villain shock?
All right, we're going Jaws. You're a serial killer.
Next.
Jaws dies, I think. I haven't seen.
I don't know. I've never watched. But I feel like you should be a shark that's eaten a lot of people. That's what makes you a villain shark.
What's your greatest achievements?
Stole an ancient holy artifact, took over a planet, murdered my rich husband, created the plague, burned down a village and left one survivor, raised an undead army to get revenge against my sibling, or threw a baby into a volcano. Well, we've established that you're not a necromancer. Are you a pyro? Do you like volcanoes or burning? Did you create the plague?
Stole an ancient holy artifact.
Yes, it's the earring that you wear.
Pissing off God sure is a great way to assert dominance as a villain.
And next?
Next question. Do you have any special diet requirements? I'm curious what will happen if I try to make a character named Satan in here.
Go for it.
I mean, not right now.
Joke answer of blood only.
Alright, the shark only eats blood.
Unfortunately, our blood delivery service made a mistake, and we won't be getting any AB type until day 3 of the conference. My deepest apologies.
Next question.
What inspires your evil deeds?
Orc raided my undersea village and killed everyone. My wife was burned at the stake. My parents never loved me. Nobody understands me. Chaos is my dopamine. Lust for vengeance, or K.
Well, we're not doing cat again. Besides, you don't even like cats that much.
Should we go with the obvious answer?
What, the angsty one?
My parents never loved me.
Okay. If that's what you want.
That's very sad.
Alright, anyway, moving on.
Next, yes, a term you need to agree to. I hereby assure I'm evil, and I vow to cause inconvenience and suffering upon those who are good.
Yes.
One last term before we're done. By attending the villain conference, you agree to subscribe to the very evil villain newsletter, trademark. And that's it. Here's your new badge.
I hope you enjoy your time at the Villain Conference.
If you see a star icon, it means that choice is important.
Blah, we've gone through this
Take a look at your
stuff.
conference brochure.
I think you need to click on the brochure.
Take a look at your conference brochure.
I think you should read the lines.
You can find your brochure in the upper right corner of the screen. Your phone is located near the brochure. Go on now. Take out your brochure.
Take a look at your conference brochure.
You can do it.
Explore the conference by visiting different locations. Simply click a location to go there. Age 2. Serial killer. True, but with a glorious braided beard.
Excuse me, but have you seen my mother?
Who is the princess again?
You.
She should be attending this conference.
What's your mother's name?
Imperial Messard. Oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Rose Messard.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Villain Sharky.
I'm Rose Massard, Crown Princess of Lusitania.
So your mother is the queen? Your Highness?
Oh, no need to be so formal. You're my mother's work associate, so you can address me casually. But yes, mother is the queen. Ever since father passed away, it's just been me and mother. She's not my birth mother, but when father died, I was too young to rule, so she inherited the crown.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, miss, but if you don't have a badge, I must ask you to leave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you tell my mother I came by if you see her?
Absolutely.
Goodbye.
Good luck with your quest to eradicate villainy. It's very noble.
What does she think we do here?
To be honest, I find her remark insulting towards our attendees.
Oh.
But she is a princess.
All right, so now's the time for chat to tell us who to date, because we don't know. We have no idea. Our options are the vampire named Felix, the robot named Nova, the queen who's kind of Karen, named Messard. There's our clone, who will just be Ikras Nyliv? I think it's Ikraz Nyliv. Nyaliv. Yeah. Nyaliv. It's like an olive, but you go nya. Nah. Nah. Nyaliv. I don't like olives.
Yeah.
So which will it be? Or do we just attend talks the entire way through?
We don't talk. We get the don't talk to anybody one.
That's an ending.
That is an ending.
That doesn't really put us on a route, but it is an ending with an achievement.
That is a true statement. Well, what does chat think?
If chat's even here. What does Sharky think?
I think...
Who does Sharky want to do? Oh, or Satan. I forgot to mention Satan. But like the Grill Master Satan, not me.
Sorry, I don't think I would date Satan.
With your cross earring?
I think that'd be an insult. I think... I mean, if you want to go with who I am as a person, I wouldn't be talking to anyone.
Alright, so we're just gonna go straight conference talk after talk after talk?
But you should probably save that. Like save before you do that.
Okay, we'll save first. So we're gonna do the true Sharky run first, is that right?
Yes, we'll do a true Sharky one of be as lonely and boring.
Do you think we'll be able to finish it in the next hour before the stream ends? I think we might.
If you, I don't know.
If we really go for it, I feel like we could. Talk about workplace safety. It's about to start.
Stay.
Hello, I'm Susan, and I'm the head engineer at a large corporation that prefers to stay anonymous for security reasons. Villains are infamous for having extremely unsafe work conditions. I'm here to talk about simple fixes to some of the most common issues. First of all, when you're building your evil lair or hideout, make sure that the ventilation shafts are too small for even a child to crawl through. Many perfectly good world domination plans have failed because a hero or a hero's weirdly intelligent pet has infiltrated the building through the ventilation system. After the break, we'll look into additional practical solutions to safety issues. You wonder if you should return for part 2.
Part 2!
You will. Talk about workplace safety is about to continue. Hi, I'm Susan. Before the break, we discussed some safety features, such as ventilation shaft size. Let me elaborate more on that. You should remember that heroes tend to start young, so have a 10-year-old test your security measures. If they can fit into your ventilation shafts, they're too big. While you're at it, have the child test your whole security system. Children are inherently evil due to their underdeveloped sympathy skills, so they're likely to find an exploit if there is one. If you have maintenance tunnels, make sure they are only accessible after a security check. If you want to create a threatening atmosphere in your lair, I suggest placing large LED screens with appropriate effects instead of actual lava or acid. That way, you'll be less likely to die if a pesky hero pushes you off your stylish walkway. Oh, and this goes without saying, but please have proper railings on that walkway.
Should always have proper railings.
The lecture continues, and you learn all sorts of ways to keep you and your henchmen safe during work hours.
How many henchmen do I have?
They're all goldfish. They forget all of the commands. A talk about monologues is about to start. Your turn.
Greetings. Welcome to Monologues for Dummies. First of all, I need to specify that the name of the talk is purely ironic and humorous, so I ask that no one takes vengeance on me after the conference ends. With that out of the way, let's begin. I am Gablieth Zinven, and am most known for my adventuring career and subsequent rise into villainhood. We sorcerers tend to be highly charismatic, but if you're a wizard or a druid, for example, you might need a few tips on how to create a memorable monologue. Be concise and to the point. You can add a few dramatic flourishes, but if the monologue is too long, it'll just bore everyone. Not to mention, give the heroes the time to untie the ropes that your incapable henchmen tied poorly. On that note, remember to have your best marksmen surrounding the heroes from all angles. Have snipers hidden in long range in case the heroes possess short-range abilities like psionics or super strength. Your monologue should never include the words, "I'm invincible," or "No man can kill me." It'll be embarrassing if you accidentally die or get wounded at some point, especially right after your monologue.
Gableth, the sorcerer, gives you a lot of good tips on survival during a monologue, performing in front of an audience, and the contents of an intimidating speech. Oh, it's lunchtime.
Not to eat alone.
It's lunchtime. Eat alone. I suppose you're gonna say that's also very like you.
I mean, yeah, have you met me?
We've gone out for dinner and stuff. To hang out, you know, that thing that we used to do because you weren't actually completely alone all the time.
I was in my heart.
Sounds like a personal problem. You were literally not actually alone, so that definitely sounds like a personal problem.
I'm joking.
Uh-huh.
What? You should never take me serious.
Well, who said I was taking you seriously? I know better than that. Come on now. You have lunch at the cafe. The solitude is very peaceful.
I don't think we're gonna get finished in an hour.
I don't know. We just went through like 3 whole talks in like 5 minutes. A talk about villainous fashion is about to start. You see the sophisticated older lady from earlier sitting in one of the chairs. The seats next to her are suspiciously empty. Hi, I'm the Crimson Vindicator, and I'm a certified fashion mancer, in addition to my career as a supervillain.
What's a
Just like
fashion
in job
mancer?
interviews. Your first impression is extremely important. Beautiful, formidable, and fashionable villains are more memorable than plain ones. You don't want to be mistaken for a henchman or a minion, do you? But don't worry. How your face or body looks is not important. As a villain, you have a wide range of styles to choose from, including helmets, masks, bodysuits, robes, and so on. There's something for everyone, and that's the beauty of villainous fashion. The speaker gives you lots of great tips, like never wear socks with sandals unless your plan is to wreak havoc at a fashionista gathering. Come back after the break to learn more about colors and villainous fashion. You wonder if you should return for part 2. Because it's Sharky, you will.
Part 2.
Talk about villainous fashion about to continue. You see the sophisticated older lady from earlier, still sitting there. Before the break, we discussed different styles of clothing. Next, we'll dive into the importance of colors. Most villains favor dark shades like black, but don't be afraid to try something a bit more colorful. Green, red, and purple work wonderfully as accent colors. Just don't mix a bunch of colors unless you're going for the creepy clown aesthetic. Stick to 1 or 2. White can be surprisingly effective, even though it's often associated with the good guys. Especially an all-white suit, robe, or a gown can work wonderfully. Ah yes, the evil bride. Blood stands out especially well on white, which can induce fear. Alternatively, you can have your henchman make sure no dirt or blood ever touches you, signaling that you are untouchable as a villain. The Crimson Vindicator has a lot of fashion-related wisdom to offer. You feel inspired to go shopping, but it'll have to wait until the conference is over, and until Sharky actually feels inspired about clothing.
Ouch!
Do you disagree?
I mean, you ain't wrong.
A talk about common mistakes in a villain's job is about to start. And we listen to this.
As a villain, there are many things that can go wrong. It's a very dangerous yet rewarding career path. However, there are things you can do to minimize the risks, allowing to focus on your evil plans.
Oh, it's the same person from earlier.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Gableth the Sorcerer gave you a great speech about safety during monologues, so I won't be covering that today. A small addition, though. The same advice that he gives applies to a situation where a hero asks you to explain your plan to them, or asks for a final request. Safety first. Never accept a duel with a hero. It may seem like a great chance to show off your power, but the risks are simply too high. A great alternative is to pretend that you're going to pretend to accept the duel, and when the hero is exposed, have a sniper kill them from a distance. A peculiar but possibly life-saving advice is to have your minions play team-based shooter video games in their free time. This way, they will learn that it's always a bad idea to trickle into the fight one by one instead of attacking all at once. An added benefit is that they will lose faith in humanity due to the toxic behavior of the other players, and be less likely to turn on you and ruin your plans.
You make note of everything the speaker tells you to avoid doing, and the ways they suggest life-threatening risks can be mitigated. It's a long list. A talk about foolproof plans is about to start. You see a cute robot sitting in one of the chairs. We ignore her. Let me start with a controversial opinion. No plan is truly foolproof. No matter how well you prepare, there can always be unexpected factors like an orphan child who gains mysterious powers, a technical error that a hacker can exploit, or a treacherous underling. That's why you never have just one plan. You have 3. First of all, a fake plan. For example, a true classic is schematics that look real, but are fake, and are placed in a way that allows your adversaries to easily steal them. Bonus points if those schematics are for a machine that will blow up when started, getting rid of your enemy's best engineers. Second, your real plan. If you have access to computers in your reality, this one should be encrypted, hidden, and named something like Trip to Italy 2009. Never name your plan the Doomsday Machine schematics or Plan to Take Over the World. Third, your backup plan. This should ideally be hidden as well, or better, Then your real plan. If your real plan fails despite your best efforts, you'll have a backup plan that minimizes damages to your person and your assets. Remember, you can always try again even if your first plan fails, but if you're dead, all you'll be doing is roasting in hell with Satan. You don't really feel like getting roasted, so you write down always have 3 plans in your notes. Wow, taking great notes today, Sharky.
Man, that's more notes than I wrote at school.
The convention center is about to close for the day, but the night is young. Time to head to the nightclub. You can't see any familiar faces in the crows of dancing villains. You decide that you're your own best company, so you proceed to have a drink, dance a bit, and go back to the hotel. Or in Sharky's case, just immediately go back to the hotel.
Hey!
Hmm?
You ain't wrong, but hey!
What, would you have a drink and dance first?
I don't dance.
That's what I thought. Ah, the morning of the second day. Yeah, see, it only took us like 12 minutes to get through an entire day. I think we might actually finish. The reception hall seems to be empty.
Twice.
Hmm?
We're gonna finish it 2 whole times.
Wow! Everyone must be enjoying the conference instead of hanging out in the lobby. Now talk about health is about to start. Oh, where? Health and you. Okay. Stay to listen. It's your turn again.
I know, I'm just...
Preparing yourself.
I have a dumb idea.
Yeah?
And it's going to suck because this is a 2-parter.
You should do it.
It's papyrus.
You should do it! Fucking do it!
Which is why I was laughing. I'm like, oh no.
You should do it. Besides, how many stupid, annoying voices have I had to do? Come on, you can do one. Your turn.
Earlier, we had a wonderful talk about workplace safety from Susan. I'd like to expand on a related issue. Health! You should always eat pasta. As a villain, you probably have security measures against attacks. What about other health hazards? Like too little pasta? To start from the very basics, every villain should have a food taster. Situations where you cannot use a taster, like a private conversation over drinks, you should follow the age-old nightclub rule. Never leave your drink unattended.
Also, never leave your pasta unattended.
Never leave your pasta unattended. You don't know what kind of mice will get to them. It's also a good idea to order the same drink for both of you, so if the bottle is poisoned, it'll take out your adversary as well. Just make sure that they take a sip before you do.
The speaker demonstrates proper villainous drinking etiquette. It looks surprisingly difficult to get all the nuances right.
After the break, we'll cover diseases, mental health, and so on. Stay tuned.
Wonder if you should return for part 2. Of course we're going to. Talk about health is about to continue.
Some health hazards come with the job description. If your evil plan is to release a horrible disease upon the world, you should make sure there's no way for the plan to backfire. If you have a plague in a bottle, for example, encase it in a padded container and lock it into a bomb-proof safe. Make sure you have an antidote just in case, and don't let the heroes steal it from you and save the world. If, despite your security measures, you get wounded in battle, it's good to have an experienced medical team on hand. Maybe a human or 2. The same medical team can keep your minions healthy and strong and examine any prisoners that claim to feel ill so a lone guard doesn't have to.
A lone guard doesn't have to what?
Check up on them. We all know what happens to guards who enter cells alone. They die. All of your henchmen should go through health and safety training and OCPR. Last of all, if you have mental health issues that affect your work negatively, like unhealthy amounts of paranoia, violent fits of anger, or some extreme phobia, you should seek out trustworthy mental health professional. Therapy can help you overcome, or at least deal with your mental health problems. Unless that problem is pasta, you should always have more pasta.
I don't know that that's a mental health issue. You make a mental note to hire a team of medical professionals. Finding suitable henchmen. Talk about finding effective henchmen is about to start. You see a cute robot sitting in one of the chairs. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my presentation on workforce management. My name is Karen McMillan, and I have organized numerous injustice movements, such as majority rights and rich first. When hiring a henchman, your aim should be finding ones that do not inspire any amount of respect. This is especially important when it comes to your second in command. After all, getting overshadowed by an underling can be incredibly embarrassing, not to mention the setback a power struggle would cause. The best feature for the main bulk of your minions is single-minded obedience. Even if they are truly stupid, this is preferable to having them come up with their own plans. For middle management, look for people who are intelligent but have zero charisma. If you're very lucky, you'll find someone who takes petty pleasure in bullying the lowest rung of the workforce. This is the best way to avoid challenges to your leadership. It might not be modern management, but Karen's reasoning seems sound and explains some of your colleagues' hiring decisions that baffled you in the past. It's lunchtime! We eat a lot again.
Nom, 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 nom.
You have lunch at the cafe. The solitude is very peaceful. Next up, developing a maniacal laugh. Talk about developing a maniacal laughter is about to start. So are you going to do this as Papyrus too?
No.
What are you going to do it as?
I don't know. Oh, crap. I need a voice. Now, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Do I have a voice?
You do?
Should I go as Noct?
You can.
Did Noct even have a laugh? Did he?
It's more like a chuckle, I feel like. If anything.
Yeah, I think at some point she went,
Yeah, it wasn't like a laugh. It wasn't like a maniacal laugh.
Yes, maniacal laughing is more Papyrus's thing.
Yes. So you should be Papyrus again.
What?
So you should be Papyrus again.
No.
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 Why not?
Many of the most memorable villains are easily recognizable by their signature laughter. Today I want to talk to you about the features of a truly impactful cackle, as well as how to develop one that is perfect for your well-crafted persona.
Oh, wait, I know you've already decided, but I have come up with a great idea for which character you should be sounding like for a maniacal laugh. You should be Oogie Boogie.
I can't do an Oogie Boogie voice, though.
You sang the song fine?
Okay, but that's singing the song.
Yeah, that's even harder because it involves singing in the voice.
I can't, like, do his voice.
Why not?
Because I don't have a grasp on it.
Well, get one. Quick.
Sorry, let me just reach into my hat of voices and pull it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right next to the Donald voice.
Uh-huh. I
Because
see you
know,
already have a great grasp of villain voices.
I was gonna say, because we all know Donald is a true villain for never healing people.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Well, one of the most important features of a good shuckle is the pitch. The most distinct laughs tend to either be very high, very low, or alternate between the two.
I would love to hear Villain Sharky chuckle alternating between very high and very low.
Stop putting me on the spot like this. I can't.
Hey, look, in exchange, I'll do a southern accent for the next one. Deal?
No deal.
Why not?
I'm going for that $1 million.
What's the $1 million gonna get you?
I don't know, maybe pay off my student loans?
Actually, better question, where are you getting the $1 million from?
Deal or no deal?
Okay, but there's not actually anyone offering you $1 million here.
Oh, cry.
You can cry, but it's still true.
Well, if your voice can go beyond the typical voice range, all the better.
The speaker demonstrates a variety of laughs, each more impressive than the last. They're a real pro at maniacal laughter. That's why they're giving the talk, in fact.
Don't miss part 2 of the lecture. See you after the break.
You wonder if you should return for part 2 of the lecture. The answer will be yes, you will.
Before the break, we went through some different laughter types. Now, let's delve deeper into choosing a laughter that suits your villainous persona. Low pitches tend to be associated with masculinity, authority, and deliberateness, whereas high pitches are viewed as hysterical, chaotic, and feminine.
Or Jack Skellington.
I still have not seen that movie
Why not?
because I've played through Kingdom Hearts enough. You should keep in mind that if your naturally high-pitched voice doesn't quite fit your target image of a authoritarian leader, you could look into options, medical or magical, to change it. Flipping the audience expectations on their head is also very powerful, but runs the risk of making you appear comical rather than intimidating. Be deliberate in the choices you make. Other important considerations are frequency, length, and volume.
What was that pause for?
I yawned.
Ah.
Am I not allowed to yawn?
You can. Just couldn't hear the yawn, so you know.
Yes, because I silently yawned.
Well, that's boring.
Well,
should
I'm
yawn
so
louder.
happy to. I'm so happy to bore you. That is part of my life's mission.
See, you are Villain Sharky.
Rude.
What? You just said it's your life mission to bore me. I think I have every right to say that makes you a villain.
Rude.
Yes, and? I've also never denied also being a villain.
But wouldn't that make me a hero then?
No.
Because I'm thwarting a villain?
You're not thwarting a villain, you're boring a villain.
Well...
You jot down a few notes on features the speaker alleges would fit the villainous persona you are going for. You'll be sure to give your cackle some practice before bed tonight. At the nightclub.
Yeah. I will lay down in bed and cackle a little bit tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be recorded, so nobody will actually know if I cackle or not.
Soundtracks for villains. Talk about villainous background music is about to start. You see a beautiful blonde man in a fancy outfit sitting in one of the chairs. What voice should I do then? If not, is still there none.
Whatever one you want. That's the secret.
You say that like you have a secret.
My secret is sleep.
I don't think that's a secret. I think you just say so.
Well, what's your voice?
Could be still Southern. It could be robot. It could be shoe. It could be... I don't know.
What do you imagine a person giving a speech about soundtrack for villainry would sound like?
Arden, but I don't know what he's... I don't remember what he sounds like. Sephiroth?
Arden was...
More so Sephiroth. I mean, One-Winged Angel is a classic.
I mean, you can go for a Sephiroth.
What does Sephiroth sound like again? This is the real problem with going with Sephiroth.
See, I just always imagined him being very monotone whenever I heard him. Not monotone. More of like a bored sounding. I don't know how to describe it.
Do I have to pull up a clip of Sephiroth talking?
I was about to say, okay, so we're just going to switch to a Final Fantasy VII.
I don't think I can do a good Sephiroth voice.
I don't think I can do a good voice. So you're in good company.
Who else has good villainous background music?
I mean, any Final Fantasy villain, honestly. Have you heard Kafka?
No, I haven't. Please demonstrate.
Kafka's like just off-brand Joker.
Huh?
Kafka's literally just off-brand Joker.
Off-brand Joker?
Yes.
Well, what does off-brand Joker sound like?
He's literally a clown for chaos. He's just... literally just sound like just...
I require a demonstration.
Sorry, it's your time.
If you demonstrate, I'll do the rest of the way. I don't know.
Actually, how does he sound in the Dissidia games?
Oh, so you're avoiding it because you don't know.
Look, it's actually been a very long time since I've played Dissidia.
I'm not surprised.
Let's see. Shut up, advertisements.
Shut up, brand.
What?
Shut up, brand?
It was Google.
That's a terrible brand. I was being told earlier about apparently they're sending Alexa into space, and I'm like, oh
Why?
god, dystopian nightmare. To provide communication and companionship for astronauts, apparently. Something like that.
You know what's really good for companionship and communication? Other astronauts.
Or in any case, like not talking to Alexa who's just trying to sell you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently that's... Maybe that should be the voice, is just Alexa.
Go for it.
Wait, do I know what Alexa sounds like? I don't really know what Alexa sounds like. I kind of know what Siri and Google Assistant sound like. I can still do that.
I've never used any of them.
There are many ways to ensure a dramatic background music for your villainous victory, some more stylish than others. I am Professor Jasper and Lightund, and in this lecture I will go over some of the most popular choices and some tips on how to make sure your dramatic moment will be as impressive as possible. The easiest route would be to bring along your own sound system, but this should be your last option, as it can easily appear self-indulgent and somewhat pathetic. A classic that is always in style is hijacking someone else's sound system, preferably that of the government. This way you are not only providing the right mood, but also showing off your capabilities. On the other hand, a live band has the advantage of being able to adapt to the situation, but this set comes with its own set of considerations. Do not, I repeat, do not rely on your minions to provide your mood-setting melodies, unless they are truly talented musicians. Many a villain has faced humiliation when their dramatic reveal was ruined by underlings' incompetence. After the break, we'll discuss the pros and cons of hiring professional musicians. Looking forward to seeing you for part 2 of the lecture. You wonder if you should return for part 2, and inevitably you do.
Because what else are you going to do with your life?
Before the break, we discussed different methods for providing an impressive soundtrack for your villainous victories. Next, we'll go deeper into the pros and cons of hiring a professional band. Hiring professional musicians is a good option, but includes some challenges. It is extremely important to make sure they will try to spin any situation in your favor. If things are slipping out of your control and the band starts playing jaunty or victorious tunes, it can be the final nail in the coffin for your plans. Another thing to consider is how to get the band into the location the showdown will occur. The easiest route, having them simply follow you around, is once again kind of lame. I would suggest arranging for your band to be already performing at the location ahead of time so that they can organically switch to supporting your appearance. You take some time to consider how much more impressive some of your victories would have been had the dramatic music been playing outside of your head as well. You decide that your next major act of villainy will have the soundtrack it deserves. And we're going to the nightclub again. You have a drink, dance, and go back to the hotel. Again.
Day 3!
Our talk about doomsday devices and magical artifacts is about to start. See a cute robot sitting in one of the chairs.
Oh, what would somebody who does doomsday devices and magical artifacts sound like?
What does Gru from Despicable Me sound like again?
Oh, he's, he talks like this. I like potatoes.
Doesn't he have an accent of some kind? I think?
Not really.
I thought he did. Am I thinking of someone else? I guess I'm thinking of someone else.
You might be thinking about, like, Zim.
No. because I never watched that.
Well, I mean, that's where Gur's from.
Huh?
That's where Gur's from.
Despicable Me Gru?
Oh, not... Oh.
I said from Despicable Me.
I've never seen Despicable Me.
Oh, well, that's a different problem.
I don't watch movies.
Well, why not?
Because that takes time of sitting down and watching them.
Yes, says the person who watches entire TV shows simultaneously to completing games.
Yeah?
You can just watch a movie instead.
What? What'd you say? No, what'd you say?
You heard me.
No, I actually didn't.
I said you could just watch a movie instead.
What movie should I be watching?
All of them.
All of them? I should watch every movie in existence.
Simultaneously, yes. Exactly.
Simultaneously. Ah, yes. And I shall imbue all the knowledge onto my Sharky brain, and then forget it all.
That's probably fine. A lot of them are going to be really bad. You're going to want to forget them.
I'm gonna want to forget a lot of things.
Hmm?
I want to forget a lot of things.
And you do. But maybe not the things that you want to forget.
As villains, many of us deal with very powerful and dangerous items in our work. Doomsday devices like super weapons are not uncommon, and those who hail from more fantastical dimensions often have access to artifacts with great magical powers. These items can be a great source of power, whether it is literally or figuratively, for those daring enough to use them. The obvious downside is that if an adversary gets their hands on your source of power, things can go horribly wrong. That's why the smart move is to always keep the item hidden or and locked behind strong security measures, and only retrieve it if you absolutely need it. More traditional weapons like guns and swords, crossbows, cannons, and so on can be a better choice depending on the situation. Super weapons often need to be charged up before they can be used, but an AK-47 is trustworthy and quick. Don't throw your life away because you want to assert your dominance by using a doomsday device or artifact in a situation that doesn't call for it. We've lost many powerful villains because they chose to show off instead of being practical.
The speaker is very enthusiastic about doomsday devices. You take a good look at them so you'll recognize them if you ever see them in your dimension. Oh my gosh, my favorite one. Curiously, no information about the contents of this lecture was printed in any of the brochures or posters for the conference. At the door, everyone is required to sign a document stating that they consent to anything that might occur during the lecture. When you peek into the room, you see a beautiful blonde man in a fancy outfit sitting in one of the chairs. Fascinated, you sign the form without any questions. The lights of the lecture hall go out and a red spotlight floods the stage. Two figures in black robes glide into the light. One is holding a large brass bell. The other takes its place next to a giant gong. They start chanting with no amplification. You strain your ears to hear the words of an eldritch language. At the end of one sentence, one of the figures rings the bell. At the end of the other sentence, the other hits the gong. At each repetition, the sounds get louder and your mind grows foggier, until all your awareness is filled with the roar of the chant. The ringing of the bell and gong is unbearably loud, the vibrations nearly tearing your mind to shreds. And suddenly, all is silent. Except for the background music, which is very cheerful. And chill. You melt into your seat, shocked and exhausted. After a few minutes, several people start a thunderous applause, but many, like you, seem incapable of moving a muscle. The figures glide off the stage, showing no interest in the audience reception of their show. The young man sitting next to you keeps muttering the chant under his breath, eyes staring into nothing. After what feels like an eternity, you manage to peel your flaccid body off the seat and leave the hall. You are filled with questions and a strange emptiness. Talk about being a friendly boss. It's about to start. I guess I have to also read this one.
Or you can skip it, because we did do it last time.
That's true. It's lunchtime! Eat a lot. Talk about fake redemptions is about to start. Well, Sharky.
Oh, I thought it was your turn.
No, I read the whole death thing.
No villain wants to show weakness, but sometimes plans go awry. The only way to avoid being locked away forever is to pretend to see the error of your ways. The thing is, no matter how much playing can try to hurt your ego, when you find your opportunity and betray your new friends, it will blacken your reputation right back. It doesn't usually take much to convince heroes that a villain is trying to be better, as they want to see the best in everyone. But there's always the one who suspects. It is vital to identify and be wary of that one. After the break, we took a look at how to deal. After the break, we'll take a look at how to deal with them. See you soon. Before the break, we discussed fake redemption. As I mentioned, there's always one person who suspects you. There is nothing you can do to chance the mind of that person, so don't waste your time on that. You might even taunt them, just to be careful not to give them anything that can be used as proof of your duplicity. Most of the failures with this tactic result from being overeager to get back to villainy. You must need to bide your time and take every opportunity to gather intel. And never trust information coming from the one that suspects you. Even if they appear to slip something by accident, it's more than likely that they are trying to get you off track.
Having found yourself in some truly sticky situations in the past, you wonder how much grief this tactic could have saved you. Talk about life after beating the hero is about to start. You see the sophisticated older lady from earlier sitting in one of the chairs. The seats next to her are suspiciously empty. I'm just gonna read this in Massard voice. She already won. I don't care that she's in the audience. It is very common for people to reach their goals only to feel dissatisfied with the result. It could be that you killed your enemies and your nemesis and now there's no challenge in your life. Or you took over the kingdom and now you have to deal with all the paperwork associated with the ruling. Fear not. keep committing a heinous acts, and a new hero is guaranteed to appear to oppose you. Rule with an iron fist with no regard to the well-being of your people, and they are sure to eventually rebel. You're not quite at this stage of your career yet, but it's exciting to know that after you've reached your goals, you can always create more. After the break, we'll discuss the pitfalls of this method and how to avoid them. See you soon. Welcome back. Before the break, we discussed methods to keep yourself active and attract new adversaries. The problem is that it can take a while, and boredom is sure to make you sloppy, making it all too easy for some prophesied prince to dethrone you. The answer is a yes and mentality. You don't just want to take over the kingdom. You want the kingdom, and you want to turn it into the largest, most evil empire in the universe. You don't just want to kill a hero. You also want to track down everyone who has ever been an acquaintance and kill them too. Ambition, my heinous friends, is the key. And I cannot overstate the importance of having goals for after you reach the one currently on your agenda. This top keeps giving you food for thought. It's actually really fun to consider all the things you could aim for after reaching the goals you've set for yourself so far.
Goals? What is that?
It's a thing that you should talk to your therapist about. The fourth day of the conference begins. Talk about disguises is about to start. The man that walks on stage is wearing a trench coat, sunglasses, and a fake nose. The secondhand shame is unbearable.
You see before you an extremely suspicious man. This is the classic bad guy disguise of any comedy. But why? But what would you say if I told you it does have its uses? It draws attention and mistrust like a magnet. But as long as your targets don't have a clue who's behind it, the suspense only rises over time. The reveal doesn't come as a surprise, but rather the culmination of pent-up tension.
The speaker whips away the sad costume to reveal he is an alien? His wrinkled skin glistens wetly in the spotlight.
Come back after the break for more deceit, duplicity, and surprises.
Yeah, great alien voice. See a wet, glistening alien standing before you, and a trench coat, sunglasses, and a fake nose on the floor.
Before the break, we discussed the importance of suspense and the big reveal. Now, a truly good disguise is harder to pull off. In order to succeed, a villain has to fight the natural urge to take the center stage. Trying too hard can lead to repeated lines such as, "I am an alien. I say greetings humans all the time. Can you see how alien I am?" My personal favorite, however, is the layered disguise.
The alien pulls off his head, revealing a stern but beautiful face topped by hair made out of writing snakes.
Writing snakes!
They're writing a novel. You should look forward to their debut. New York Times bestseller.
After solving the mystery of the obvious costume, people are less likely to pay attention to tells that the person is still not presenting themselves. It can also be incredibly satisfying You have so many layers of costumes that you are never in danger of being truly revealed. And even if you are, nobody will trust you to really be you, not someone else pretending to be you.
You are starting to think that specializing in disguises would be an incredibly fun route to take in your career. Here's where I'll go Southern, I guess. I mean, depending how they frame it. Talk about political correctness is about to start. See the sophisticated older lady from earlier sitting in one of the chairs? The trick I'm going to talk about today is useful for authority figures who are not openly villains, but it can be used by anyone to sow chaos and discord. Now, is there something in the public discourse that is harmful to you or your ideology, or just something that you find mildly annoying? New legislation coming along that would help regular people? Political correctness. Something in favor of any minority? Political correctness! With the popular opinion shifting in a way that would lead to you being forced out of your evil business? You guessed it, political correctness. The trick is to equate the thing you oppose to some outlandish, call it political correctness, and to assert it would lead to some form of tyranny. Is there some urban myth everyone has heard of that might sound somewhat similar while being obviously unacceptable? Or is there some controversial topic that you could blow completely out of proportion to suit your needs? You contemplate your times in the past when using this strategy could have made your life a lot simpler. At least in the future, you will be better prepared. It's lunchtime. Oh, we have text.
It's the recon text.
I know. We haven't gone through any of them till now.
Well, who cares about recon?
Our only communication with anyone is just VCon official. It's lunchtime.
We don't need people.
Talk about creative vengeance is about to start.
Oh,
You see a cute robot sitting in one of the chairs.
What does creative vengeance sound like? As civilians tend to be far from forgiving. And the pure-hearted hatred we feel for our enemies grows exponentially over time. Hey, how could we ever hurt that pesky hero as much as they deserve? How could we begin to put them through the pain we have suffered? Well, you need to know your opponent's weakness in order to defeat them. I posit that understanding their value system and knowing the things that they truly fear and loathe is imperative to giving them a real punishment. While being unable to stop you from kicking puppies would be agony for any goody two-shoes. If you can blackmail them into doing it, then don't keep your end of the bargain. That is way more effective. Any form of torture is further enhanced by personalization. Watching Amelie? Amelie on repeat can be far more effective than knives to a certain type of person. Another factor is length and frequency of torture sessions. For one person, a respite will be time to dwell on the horrors to come. While for another, it might give hope that an end to their suffering is possible.
It's a shame your nemesis died in an accident and you didn't get to be their downfall. But now you have plenty of ideas on how to tailor your vengeance to your opponent when you do find a new one. A talk called Masterclass in Manipulation is about to start. A small girl wearing a frilly pink dress and pigtails, walks onto the stage. Holding a scruffy-looking teddy bear, she takes her place behind the microphone and flashes the audience a sweet, gap-toothed smile. She can't be more than 6 years old. But Sharky's 2, so I mean... The best thing in life is getting what you want. Her voice is excited, a little breathless, and absolutely confident. I like toys and animals and knives, but my parents think I already have enough. But I know lots of ways to make them give me everything I want. Like once I told my daddy that I get real lonely with mommy taking care of baby Tommy, and he let me choose 2 lizards and a really big terrarium without even asking mommy. And I already have a rabbit and a kitty and 3 gerbils, but one of them died. And another time, I told Nana that I wanted to make pretty lace things like her, but I wanted to make my own hook thing from a stick, and she gave me a knife and forgot to take it back after. And another time, I told Uncle Billy, I told him I wanted to make wooden toys for baby Tommy like they have at Nana's house, but my parents don't let me have a knife, and he gave me a folding one. It's really cool. Look! She pulls out a spiky switchblade that looks comically huge in her tiny hand and proudly presents it to the audience. What an inspiring story! You are filled with ideas for how to exploit people to get what you want. Ah yes, children. The conference is almost over, and there are no more talks.
Yeah, let's just chill in the conference room for 2 more hours.
You're asked in the empty conference room, and then decide to leave.
Then we go back.
Until it's time to go home. 4th day of the conference comes to an end. Many of the conference goers have already left, and the rest are slowly making their way towards the portals. You had a good time at the conference, but you can't help but to wonder if you could have made some deeper connections during the event. But the most important thing is that you spent your time how you wanted to and got a good experience out of it. After all, there's always next year. We did! We finished before the end of the stream. Yay! Incredible.
Yay! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah! We
By not
did it.
talking to anyone.
Yeah. Truly the Sharky way of life.
Uh-huh.
What? It says I act with the Sharky.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That it for today?
We
'Cause it
don't
has-
want to have a plan for anything else, so I guess. I suppose that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 2 hours.
Almost.
And we did a full thingy.
We did a whole run through. The shortest run through, but we did a whole run through.
That's
Just
like a
impressive
record.
for us regardless.
Yeah, that's like a record for us.
Because we just didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, but we still had to read all that dialogue. Like,
Yeah, but it's a lot less dialogue than an actual route.
shh, but it's still impressive.
I didn't say it wasn't.
But that means we'll be back Friday for something?
What do you want to do on Friday?
We could do more Death's Door. We could do more Undertale, because we're like almost at the end of Undertale.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. That's like 2 days from now.
Maybe you should figure it out.
Meow, 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 meow.
Anyway, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining. Bye.